Good evening, everyone. This is Brimster, and I'm going to play more of my Druid Roz. No Felinae with me tonight. She played some Diablo earlier, and she's taking a break from the computer tonight. Now, what I do want to do is level up some of my glyphs, because the glyph board I need to move to basically at this Paragon level kind of expects me to have a couple of different glyphs at Legendary level, so I should really power those up. So what I might do is if I run some, say, 50s, that should allow me to power up some of my glyphs pretty quick. Mash, Druid. We're going to need to run about 10 pits, I think, to get my glyphs where I want them or need them to be for the... Smash stuff. Smashing stuff. Smashing stuff. That's what I'm doing. I'm smashing stuff. For Druid, smashing stuff. What I do when things get tough. For Druid, smashing stuff. Double Ancestral Helm, but I use Vasily's Prayer, so it doesn't actually matter. An upgrade to Natural Glance, and that's an upgrade to Crowded Sage.
The finest. Much thanks, friend.
What are these? Crit strike damage. I'll take some points in crit strike damage. Bear time! Bear is for fighting. I'm just getting some of the bear essentials. How are you, James? Favor cap token reached. Favor token cap reached. All good. Doing another hardcore, I'm assuming? What are you playing this time? Okay. I'm glad hardcore exists for people who like that, but I just cannot see it being something that I would ever want to try. I mean, I've said never say never on a few things, and I've ended up trying them, but it's been... I think they introduced hardcore in Diablo 2, like, oh god, it would have been ages ago. And I had a friend who's saying that he was doing it back then, and it's like, I don't understand. And I never, it might have been 3, I don't know. And it was like, I don't understand. And with all of the different games that have had hardcore that I play, I've never been tempted. Not once. Right, that got Fang and Claw to Legendary, so step 1. But I'm very happy that it exists for people who want it. This is the thing, it's like, I get lag spikes, I suffer from seizures, I have visual disabilities to the point where certain parts of the game are almost impossible for me, and I basically have to just wait until I can luck through it. With all of those factors, I don't understand hardcore. But I'm really glad there are people out there who enjoy it. I know there's always, like every season, there is talk about hardcore should be the only way that you can play the game and they should remove softcore from the game completely. Like, I imagine the player numbers, particularly for a game like Diablo 4, would be something like 90% softcore. It's just the vocal part of the community is the hardcore players. But maybe I'm wrong. I like watching hardcore WoW Classic videos. I think they're fun to watch. I don't see any reason to watch hardcore ARPG. Because it's always the same stuff. I've seen streamers lose hardcore characters in ARPGs, and it's always the same stuff. It's a one-shot that they weren't expecting, or they didn't see coming, or came out of nowhere because of a lag spike, or... Fortunately, we have the advantage of being moderately close to the Sydney servers. So, I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm really glad you enjoy it. For me, just no. I think that was the right glyph. That should have been Keeper. We'll find out on the next run. Suffering from panic attacks is another thing. I feel like I'm having a heart attack a couple of times a week for no reason. I don't want to induce one. Well, not that often, a couple of times a month for no reason. I don't want to have something that induces it. Like, even No Man's Sky, where a season is normally only about probably 10 hours of play, if they did a season that was forced hardcore, I probably would skip it. And I love expeditions in No Man's Sky. I'm really sad there hasn't been one in months. Yeah. So this should be Keeper. It is. So you're playing Pulv again? So with hardcore, do your characters share a stash? And codex and all of that sort of stuff. So does that mean, for example, if you got the uniques you needed for the build and you got a spare one that wasn't quite as good, you were able to put it in the stash knowing that if you created another hardcore character, you'd be able to use the... So, for example, you know, you got another, what is this? Rotting Lightbringer. You used your good Rotting Lightbringer on your character, but you put your second best one in the stash for if you needed to re-roll. Yep. Cool. Okay, that makes it a little bit more bearable. Pun not intended. So I've been playing Turtle WoW, and I've been looking at Project Epoch, which is a new classic server that's coming, and the way that they're planning on doing hardcore, which is kind of a soft hardcore challenge that you can opt into. And the way that I believe that they're looking at doing it is you could enter yourself into the challenge, and it plays a bit like hardcore, but the way it works is if your character dies, you have two options. You can delete your character, or you can do a slow walk back to, I believe they said, your city, which means it could be as long as an hour walk back to your city. And once you walk back to your city, you can then basically resurrect your character as a normal character. But it wouldn't be okay, I give up and I just push the res button. You have to do the slow walk back to the city. And I think that's not too bad. I think that's a fair way of doing it. It's like, so it allows you to turn around and say, I'm going to see how I go with this. Conceited. That's a very good roll on Conceited. I gave my last very good roll on Conceited to Fell.
What's the hammer sings on your return?
Because it would mean that people who normally don't play hardcore could turn around and say, I'm going to give it a try.
Much thanks, friend.
And if you die in the starting zones near a capital city, you could just go, well, no, it's... I disagree that's like softcore. Yeah, because the people who are playing full hardcore will just delete their characters. That's what they do. I mean, the big problem with hardcore in my mind is there's no... I mean, a few games do it. I believe Last Epoch... I mean, Last Epoch has a really nice thing in it, which is every character that rolls, that you roll, has a thing on the character pane which flags whether the character has died yet or not. So you kind of try and keep your character alive, but you don't... You're not just over if you do die. Because if you're not someone who's sure about whether you want to try hardcore or not, what's the approach level? I mean, and at some point, if you roll a hardcore character and it goes quite well, and particularly in something like WoW, where you might get it to endgame raiding, and because it's the slow walk back, you're done in the raid where you lose the character, and you're probably not in the hardcore guild if you lose your character or anything like that. So all of that would change. So if you're in a hardcore guild and you lose the character, you're probably going to have to find a new standard guild or whatever. But it would mean that if you're putting your toe into the water for the first time and you've put your 4 weeks of playtime or whatever it is into the character and you die, you can turn around and go, you know what, I just want to keep playing this character. Because I've been chatting to some people on Turtle WoW forums, and there was one guy I was talking to in one of my Turtle WoW streams. He played hardcore, and he played hardcore for about 6 months, and he lost his character to, I'm not sure if he said it was a bad group or a lag spike, and then he just never came back. It was like, character's gone, I couldn't be bothered doing it again, so they lost the player. How's that good for their game? No, the character doesn't stay hardcore. So the character gets you do this slow walk back to town. My understanding is it's going to be like a walking speed walk back to town. So from some locations, like some of the raid locations in WoW, it could be like a 45 to 45 minute or longer walk back to town. And then you convert your character to softcore. I'm having no luck with these legendary runes. But I think it's a fair compromise. Yeah, walk of shame to transfer, yeah. Which I think is fair. It's like you tried hardcore, you failed. And as I said, if you try it and you fail in the starting zone, then the walk will only be, 5 minutes. But if you do it in the starting zone, odds are you're just going to roll a new hardcore because you've only got, 4, 5, 6 hours on the character. It's the people who... I was playing Turtle WoW the other night and we saw a hardcore guild wipe. Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to roll on a new classic WoW yet. Like, the fact that I'm playing WoW again at all is surprising to me. The other big problem I have with WoW is I often feel a bit blocked. So there is a level of, do I want to go back and try and find my own personal challenges in retail, considering I don't want to raid and go explore the new areas I've never seen. I don't know. But I'm not as opposed to the idea as I was, but I'd want to be able to play it fairly casual. So we'd have to see. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've got the active account. I'm not worried about that. For now, I'm mostly happy with Turtle WoW. There are some issues that are causing problems, but they're the problems that I've always had in Classic WoW. There we go. Okay. So with that, yeah, I'm not interested in the Cataclassic thing. I'm talking about actually going back to retail WoW. Potentially playing through the game mostly solo. Using the new level caps and stuff. I don't know. It's vaguely curious to me. Okay, so what I need now is a completely new Paragon board. So let's get rid of all of the junk.
See some steel you need?
No, that is not better. So I'm just going to do that because... And then I believe that this is all going to keep using the same skills. Although I might be wrong about that. This is such a weird build. The build guide is really terribly explained. And the problem is the board is supposed to show you what you get last, but that fades out before you can actually... this is so weird. Okay, so... Need to zoom in. On this board, we want Fang and Claw. Oh, I'm not there yet. Now, the position of this is that. Heightened Malice. In that position. Spirit goes in there. Wow. Tricky boards, these ones. It's possible I should have stuck all of this into armory, because I'm now worried I'm not going to get there. Yeah, this is a very strange board. Wow, I barely made it. Okay, I think I need to redo my skills. But they're not shown anywhere. I don't know. Maybe this... I think this was wrong. We'll see how we go. Oh, why the heck am I still in Torment 2?
I hope the inn has something to warm me up.
See how this goes.
What is this? It is done.
So what's your Paragon level, James? $231. Nice. Significantly more powerful than me. I'm curious what build you're using. Probably a better one than mine. I haven't looked at icy veins in ages. I should. Although there was a guy who did a video that I'm curious about the build, which I think is going to be easier than the one I've got. So I probably should look at that tomorrow.
Impressive. Unfortunately.
I'm definitely not finding Hellborn. I used to use Icy Veins for some of my Diablo 3 builds. That was a wonderful treasure goblin to kill. All of the boss mats in the world. It was an amazing treasure goblin to kill.
What's left, you ask?
I didn't hear me ask that.
Fine indeed.
Where you been? I'm wondering. Hades Town reference. Always good to have a Hades Town reference. Slay harbingers, slay cultists, and open another tortured gifts. I can do the armor, but I'm gonna, well, I can do the armor. Now it's basically kill Harbinger. That'll do it.
Nobody walks in.
Gold material or gem bounty caches is pretty much what I've got. And then I've got Tortured Gift of Mystery. I've been opening Tortured Gifts of Mysteries. Like, you just saw me open them. And defeat the Blood Maiden. Okay, I might be able to go back and do one of those.
It is done.
Got to offer me the thing for me to be able to open them.
What's still got some good in it?
Much thanks, friend.
I wondered. I'll take Hellborn. Ether Rush is a good one, but Ether Rush is more common than Hellborn. Because there's another rush. Oh, no, it's not Aether Rush I want. No, it's this one. It's Exalted Hordes. There we go. It's even counting. Rise up when you're living and you need you. What's up? Rise up. There's a sister that she's gonna rise up. One of these colonies gonna rise up. Hellborn damage, slaying Hellborn invigorates me. Why do I care about invigorating? Because it's better than all of the others. But I believe in love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Do, 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 do. Nothing you can slay that can't be slain.
Impressive. Unfortunately.
Yes, please. Smash! Sure. Best of a bad lot. Hellborn me, baby! Ah, soul. Haha, fooling you. I don't got one. Masses, masses. Fine. Elite damage. Escalation, more speed up would have been nice, but wasn't lucky in that regard, but I got Hellborn early on, so all in all, apparently Aether Lords were both supposed to spawn. I didn't see any. This way? I think they want me to go this way. Okay, so if I look back at the Paragon board, I'm trying to figure out where to spend my points. I really don't know because I don't know what I'm doing. It's going to go down here. And then pick up all of these blues. Boop, 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 boop. Smashy Druid.
The open road is nice, but I did miss civilization.
I think the Sudafed is wearing off. Electrified Claws. Dark Howl.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
Much thanks.
Is that supposed to be a euphemism, lady? So I still need an Ancient Tybalt's Will. Which comes from Duriel? Harbinger of Hatred. I think I hated that one. Duriel. I might do some of these Lord Zir's hordes to get rid of some of these bloods. Right, that went poorly. Sem rune. I'm not getting these legendary runes. Maybe they just made it that they just don't drop in. Right here, get off my loot. One more. Yeah, I can do one more. Well, that was terrible. do 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 do. One of the runes I'm using, I've still only got because someone gifted it to me.
Much thanks, friend. Shine on, my friend.
Unfortunately, he was dropping pincushion dolls, which is terrible. I hate Endariel. And the Harbinger is even worse fight because you've got those periods of time where you're picking up the globes and you've got to dodge, but you're actually locked and can't move because you're engaging with the item. Sell them, vendor, and get the cash. No, they're worth money, are they? A little bit. Oh, this is gonna suck. I hate how you have to wait for your bloomin' long cooldowns to go between boss fights. Because I'm probably in trouble here. Okay, now I should be okay. How did I come out of my buff? That sucks. Oh, it's dropped me out again early. When the boss fight starts, it drops me out, and oh, good God, and that resets the timer. So I've got to wait for the timer to expire to start the boss fight. That's really crap. Hang on, I just got him through the second phase. What the heck happened there?
They were nothing. Did you truly think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Cry, rune, cry. Cry, cry, rune, cry, cry, rune. It's a cry, cry, rune, rune. It's a cry, it's a cry, it's a cry, cry, rune. Man, I hope the patch overnight fixes a lot of these lag issues.
What do you need?
Fine indeed. Return soon.
More there than I thought. I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
She's got a hot forge. Don't you wish your forge was hot like me?
This place is unsettling.
Then don't settle here. Just a suggestion. That was 7,000 diamond fragments. there should be more treasure goblins in dungeons. I think I've seen one.
Gregor, need a word with you. Fence says the math doesn't add up right. Says she saw you skulking around the reserves last night. Says we're short 2 boxes of the good stuff. No need to worry. I know you'll make it right. And I know you'll come tell me exactly how. I'd hate to let you go. The wargs like you, my friend. But they like fresh meat too. Think on that.
It's a valid philosophy. If God hadn't meant us to eat animals, why did he make them out of meat? Sorry, she. Why did she make them out of meat? Do you still have access to the glyphs that you'd leveled, or you have to level those again as well? Strong room, gold reserve. Okay. Do. I said something to scare off a whole bunch of viewers.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the mechanical box. No, it's not a euphemism. That rune weighs a ton.
Oh, okay, the mechanical box was there. That was the pedestal? What? Didn't see that coming. Looked like that was the way forward. But I got it wrong. It is not uncommon for me to get it wrong. It's a shh, secret door. I don't think they're trying to get past you, dude. I mean, just thinking out loud. I got another paragon, point, point, point. Another paragon, point, point. Didn't see it coming. I should have seen it coming, but I got another paragon, point. Didn't quite make it to 6, which sucks. And the bonus is increased obvious-sight from the dungeon I'm almost at the end of. Will I even get any more obvious-sight this run? No. Increased obvious-sight. Increase 0 by 0. Obvious-sight seems to be really rare this season. Roderick Beastery, obvious-sight mine. Okay. Why can't I carry that into the next one? Obusite mine. I got 5. 5 whole obusite. I'm running without my survivability buff because again it wears off and that gives me a huge cooldown on it. And the cooldown starts when it wears off. So it starts the cooldown when you activate it, but if it wears off, it starts the cooldown again, which kinda sucks. Okay, boss time. It's going to take me into the actual boss, so... Changeling's Debt. I think I'm using Changeling's Debt. No, I'm not. But I'm still improving Changeling's Debt.
Fine indeed. Shine on.
Let's go do the boss. Let's go kill the boss. Let's go kill the boss. Let's go smack him in the face. I'm going to kill his dog. Let's hope he's not John Wick. Stormbane's Wrath. Actually thinking of getting an early night. I mean, this is what, been a 2-hour stream? It's been 2 hours. I've had fun. I've done a Infernal Hordes. I've done a bunch of Pit. I've done an Escalating Nightmare. I've done a bunch of Helltides. Stormclaw. Electrified Claws. That's not better.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
An equitable transaction.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get an early night. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been kind of fun. You know, just a bit of silly fun in Diablo. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you for watching, and as always, good luck finding your mythic drops. Bye everyone.